Whew. I'm lost. I've been wandering around these woods for what seems like, I don't know, forever at this point. Keep going past this tree over and over again. I'm starting to kind of freak out, to be honest with you. My phone doesn't work. I don't know where I am. I don't quite know how I'm going to get back home, and I'm starting to freak out here. So, what do we do when we're lost? And you know what? If we take a step back and think about this kind of situation, I'm talking about myself literally being lost in the woods. I think metaphorically, we've all been pretty lost at life. Maybe we are already. Keep doing the same thing over and over again, going past the same tree over and over again. Start panicking, just start reacting, don't know what to do, don't know where to go. We feel lost. Take a moment, think about it in your life, times that you felt lost, don't know which direction to move in, how that's been for you, how that's been a struggle. Well, thankfully, I brought something with me. My compass. I know. I'm old school with this. No one has compasses anymore. We have them on our phones. But I have my compass here. All right. So, when I get lost, pull out my compass, open it up, take a moment, find my bearings. North is in that direction. All of a sudden now I know I can pick a path, I can pick a direction, and I can move in it. All right, well, I got news for you. We all have our own internal compass. Usually we don't know what that is, but I'm going to tell you what that is. What is that internal compass I'm talking about? In my therapy practice, that's what I mean by when I talk about values. I talked to a lot of my clients about values and how you can use values to move you in a direction that you think is going to get you to a better place. It's going to kind of move you in a direction towards that life you want to be living. Let's break that down for a second, okay? So when I talk about values and using them as a compass, I love this compass metaphor, there's a few things that values are not. Values are not dependent on other people. I'll do this if that person does this. Values are not feelings. I'll do this when I feel like confident or when I don't have any anxiety, when I feel good enough. Values aren't goals, right? We don't reach a goal and then just stop. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Values is the direction you move in. You don't reach north. You don't reach west. Values also aren't a motivation. It's not like a motivational poster that you have up. Values are kind of how you want to be, the direction you want to be moving in. And so if we think about this, let's say, I'm talking to a father who wants to be a more loving father. All right, they've identified a value. I want to be more loving. Okay, so difficult, painful situation comes up. They're angry, they're mad, they're disappointed, they're hurt. Pull out their compass. Okay, want to be moving in a loving direction. Now think about that for a sec. Here's where values really become applicable and how they can kind of ground you and actually move you to a better place. You got to take an action. You got to take an action that moves you in that direction. So if I'm working with a father who wants to be a more loving father, and he's really upset, really angry at his son, wants to let him know, how ruined this, and I can't believe you did that, all that sort of stuff. All right. Well, what's a loving action to take in that moment? Maybe it's just saying, hey, I love you. Maybe it's giving your kid a hug. Maybe it's just sitting with them when they're having a hard time. Maybe it's just showing up. So I want you to take this and think about it for a moment. If you have questions about what your values are, I'll have another link, another video for that. You can even come talk to me in my practice about that. But think about how you can use this. What is your compass? When you feel lost, how do I pull it out? How do I look and see where I need to go? And what are some steps I can take to move in that direction? All right, I got to find my way out of here. Let's go. All right, here I go. I'm moving, I'm walking along this path, moving a direction. And I think I have a better place that I know where to go. But think about this for a sec. There's going to be trees all over. I'm going to get, it's not going to be a straight line. So I may get lost. I may kind of get off the direction I'm moving in, but I can always pull up my compass and think about how can I reorient myself and move in that direction that's towards my values. The reason I really like using values in my practice and just in my life is they can be anchoring. I can feel really upset, I can feel really overwhelmed, I can feel really lost. If I take a moment just to sit with those feelings, recognize them, validate them, no need to fix, no need to get rid of, no need to solve, just to recognize my feelings or my thoughts that are showing up. I can take a step back and ask myself, okay, how do I want to be? What kind of partner do I want to be? What kind of friend do I want to be? What kind of coworker do I want to be? What kind of father do I want to be, right? I can ask myself those questions. If I know my values, then I can ground myself with them. Maybe I want to be open. Maybe I want to be kind. Maybe I want to be loving or firm or whatever. If you haven't noticed, values are kind of adjectives. They're action verbs. Then I can think to myself, what's a step? What's an action that I can take that moves me in that direction, even in this moment? Actually, especially when things are difficult and hard. So I was lost back there. I could have been panicking, freaking out, just reacting, doing the same thing over and over again, just getting myself more and more exhausted, more and more lost. But when I ground myself with my values, all of a sudden I'm making more of a choice. It's not a guarantee that I'm going to find where I need to go, but it's going to move me in a direction where I know in the long run it's going to be better for me. I'm going to find a path. Oh, and lo and behold, there is a path I'm going to start taking that will hopefully get me out of here into a better place. All right, hope you enjoyed.